So we're going to solve this time with Cramer's rule. So we have an x, a y, and a z. All of them will be fractions. X, y, z. The denominator is the coefficient matrix, 1, -3, 5. So we're taking the determinant of 1, -3, 5, -4, 10, -17, and 3, -8, 13. So that is the denominator for all three fractions. This is the x value. This one will be the y value. Same one, 1, -3, 5, -4, 10, -17, 3, -8, 13. And the z value, determinant, 1, -3, 5, -4, 10, -17, 3, -8, 13. Now we've got to go ahead and write the matrices for the numerators. And the way we do this is we look at the answer column. After the equal sign, we have 2, -9, 6. So in the first column, we put 2, -9, 6 here. That was the answer column. That goes in the first column for the x values. And then the other two columns are the same. So -3, 10, -8, 5, -17, 13. So again, notice the process. The answer column, 2, -9, 6 goes in the first column here. In this one, it goes in the second column. So the second column answers 2, -9, 6. Let's go with green again, just to be consistent. Second column answers 2, -9, 6. But the first and the third columns now are the same as they were before. 1, -4, 3. 5, -17, 13. And then for z, remember this is x, this is y, this is z. It's the third column that changes to the answer column of 2, -9, 6. So 2, -9, 6 goes here. And then the first two columns stay the same. We have 1, -4, 3. Stays the same. -3, 10, -8. So now I have all of those matrices and I want to go ahead and evaluate them. And I'm going to do that on the graphing calculator. Remember, the first value is x, the second one is y, the third one is z. So I'm going to pull up the graphing calculator if I can. So let's go ahead and do that. Share screen. Graphing calculator is here. And I have some matrices and I'm going to go ahead and put them in. So second matrix. Oops, clear that stuff. Second matrix. I like to call D the matrix I'm working with. That'll be the denominator. That's the one that's going to go on the bottom. Matrix D, what is it? It's that, it's close, 1, -3, 5, -4, 10, -17, 3, -8, 13 is what I had put in before, so I've got to change that, so I want to show you how to do that. How do we enter the numbers in the matrix? Edit, matrix D, enter. So again, you can just plug those numbers in, and I put most of them in already. I just made a mistake on -13. It should be +13 instead. And now I've stored matrix D in the calculator. That's the number that's in the bottom, just to clarify that, right? The denominator is the same for all of these. 1, -3, 5, -4, 10, -17, 3, -8, +13. And that's what I have in my calculator now. 1, -3, 5, -4, 10, -17, 3, -8, 13. Second quit, I want the determinant of that matrix. So I go second matrix, math, the first choice will be determinant, enter. And then we're going to go ahead and do what? We're going to go ahead and say matrix D, second matrix D, which is number 4, which you can see that. And what number does it give me? It gives me 1. Well, that's nice. So the number in the bottom is 1 for all of these. Now I've got to change the first column of D to get the numerator here. So 2, -9, 6 has to become my first column of D. So let's go back to the graphing calculator. Second matrix, D. We see that matrix D, and I'm going to just store it in somewhere else. Let me go ahead and store it in E. Second matrix, second matrix, nope, that's not what I want. So second matrix, I'm just going to store D in another matrix just to make it a little easier to edit. D, store in matrix E. So now you'll notice I have a copy of D now stored in E. Second matrix E, which is number 5, is here, which you can see that, but I want to edit it. Second matrix, edit E. And you'll see that it's close to what I want. So 1, -3, 5, -4, 10, -17, 3, -8, 13 is still D, but what do I want it to change? How do I want it to change? I want the first column to be 2, -9, 6. So let's change that first column that way. So enter, enter. Now I'm here 2 here. Enter. That stays the same. That stays the same. This one doesn't though. This one becomes -9. Remember the negative button is below the 3. -9, that stays the same. That stays the same. And then this one is supposed to be 6. So we've changed the first row. That stays the same. That stays the same. So what I'm calling E is the matrix on the top. So I want the determinant of that matrix E, because remember, this is my matrix E. I need its determinant for the numerator. So we come back and we go second matrix, math, determinant of matrix E, which is 5. And what does that give me? 3. So what do we have here? We have the numerator is 3. We have the denominator is 1. Remember, that's x, 3 over 1. Now I've got to replace the second column of D. So let's go ahead and do that. With this, I think I'll just go ahead and plug it all in. Maybe we'll pull up matrix A, second matrix, edit. I have something old there before. This one I'll just call A, 3 by 3 this time. This is the numerator of the Y value. What is it? 1, 2, 5, -4, -9, -17, 3, 6, 13. So I'm going to go ahead and put all those numbers in the graphing calculator. 1, 2, 5, 1. Enter 2 is there. 2, enter 5, enter. Then we have -4, so negative is here. -4, enter. -9, enter. And -17, enter. Then we finish up with 3, 6, 13. 3, enter. 6, enter. 13, enter. I'm calling this matrix A, which again is the numerator of the y value. Let's take the determinant of this matrix. Second matrix math. Determinant is number 1 of matrix A. Second matrix A. And what does that give me? That gives me 2. So the determinant of that matrix is 2. That'll be the y value. The y value is 2 over 1. And then finally we have the z. Notice 1, -3, 2, -4, 10, -9, 3, -8, 6. We will have in the last one. So let's see how I can do that maybe quickly. Remember I had the matrix D before. Second matrix D was the denominator. All I've got to do is change one column of that one, right? So I'm going to edit D, second matrix, edit D. And I'm going to change the third column for the Z values. So you'll notice here's where I am. So I need 2, -9, 6 to be this column. There's 2. There's -9. And there's 6. So you'll notice I've changed the third column of what used to be called D. We've changed it now. So I want the determinant of that one. What is the determinant of my new matrix D? Second matrix, math, determinant of matrix D. Second matrix D. And we get 1. Okay, so let's take a look at our numbers. What I have is I have 3, 2, 1, but that's really an ordered triple. So what this is saying is this is saying x is 3, y is 2, z is 1. Writing that as an ordered triple, it would be 3, 2, 1. But I would like to check that on my graphing calculator. So let's go back to the original question, right? Here's our original question. And I want to see, is 3, 2, 1 really the answer? So let's go ahead and do the check. So I'm going to store 3 in for x, 2 in for y, 1 in for z. So back to the graphing calculator. Oops, clear is what I want to do. 3 store in x, that's what I think the x value is. 2 store in y, so 2 store in alpha y is down here, I believe. There you go. And 1 store in z, 1 store in alpha z. So I've stored all of these variables in the calculator. Now, what do I want to check? What is x minus 3y plus 5z? I hope it's 2. Let's look. X minus 3y plus 5z. Is it 2? The answer is yes, that checks, but I need to check it in the other 2 as well. How about negative 4x plus 10y minus 17z? Is that going to work? So negative 4x, negative button is here. Negative 4x plus 10y minus 17z. This is supposed to be -9, is it? It is, that checks. So far so good. First one checked, second one checked. We'll look at our third one. Is 3x minus 8y plus 13z equal to 6? Let's check that. 3x minus 8y plus 13z. Does that equal 6? And sure enough, it does. So all 3 of them worked. So our answer works. So indeed, our answer is the order triple 3, 2, 1. Again, remember, what's our process? Coefficient matrix, 1, -3, 5, -4, 10, -17, 3, negative 8, 13 goes in the bottom of all of them. Take the determinant of all of the coefficients. Answer column 2, negative 9, 6 replaces the first column here, replaces the second column here, replaces the third column there, and then you move up the others. Take your determinants, get your answer, and do a check.